Hey, what's up you guys, it's Dorothy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to go into chapter 60 of Swimsuit by James Patterson and Maxine P. So let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, I suggest you click off the video now. You have been warned. Chapter 60. Fresh tea was poured into his cup at the edamame, and Henry came back to the present. He thanked the waiter automatically. He sipped the tea but couldn't entirely pull himself back from the memory. He thought of the hooded tribunal, the headless body of a man who'd been his friend, the stickiness of the killing floor. His senses had been so acute then he could hear the electricity singing in the light fixtures. He had kept his eyes on the remaining men in his unit as they were separated from the heap. Raymond Drake, the former Marine from Alabama who screamed for God to help him. The other boy, Lonnie Bell, an ex-SEAL from Louisiana who was in shock and never said a word, never even screamed. Both men were beheaded to exalt cries, and then Henry was dragged by his hair to the bloody center of the room. A voice came out of the darkness beyond the lights. Say your name for the camera. Say where you are from. He answered in Arabic. I will be armed and waiting for you in hell. Send my bottomless contempt to Saddam. They laughed. They mocked his accent. And then with the smell of his shirt and his nostrils, Henry was blindfolded. He waited to be shoved to the ground, but instead a coarse blanket was thrown over his head. He must have passed out because when he awoke, he was tied with ropes and folded into the rear of a vehicle in which he rode for hours, and he was dumped at the Syrian border. He was afraid to believe it, but it was true. He was alive. He was alive. Tell the Americans what we have done, and Fidel, what we will do. At least you tried to speak our language. A boot struck him hard in the lower back, and the vehicle sped away. He returned to the United States through an underground chain of friendly back doors from Syria to Detroit, where he got new documentation, and by cargo plane from Detroit to Vancouver. He hitched a ride to Seattle, stole a car, and made his way to a small mining town in Wisconsin. But Henry didn't contact his controller and Brewster North. He never wanted to see Carol Orpst again. Still, Brewster North had done great things for Henry. They'd eradicated his past when they hired him, had thoroughly expunged his real name, his fingerprints, his entire history from their records. And now he was presumed dead. He counted on that. Across from him now, inside an exclusive Japanese club in Thailand, the lovely Mai Britt had noticed that Henry's mind had drifted away from her. Are you okay, Paul? She asked. Are you angry that that man was staring at me? Together they watched Carl Orse leave the restaurant with his date. He didn't look back. Henry smiled. No, I'm not angry. Everything is good. Good, because I was wondering if we should continue the evening more privately. Hey, I'm sorry. I wish I could, Henry told the girl with the most elegant neck since Henry V's second wife. I really wish I had the time, he said, taking her hand. I have that early flight tomorrow morning. Screw business, my Brit joked. You're on holiday tonight. Henry leaned across the table and kissed her cheek. He imagined her nakedness under his hands, and he let the fantasy go. He was already thinking ahead to his business in L.A., laughing inside at how surprised Ben Hawkins would be to see him. That is the end of this chapter. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.